Hi guys. I can't do this. Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Today's chapter is Exodus chapter 18. I almost just said Genesis, but Exodus chapter 18. And the whole premise of the chapter is Jethro and Moses meet up. I'm not sure why, I'm sure I'm missing something, so please fill me in because I would love to know. It says in verse 2 that Moses sends his wife and his 2 sons to Jethro. Again, I'm not really sure why. And they kind of, this is how I pictured it, but Moses and Jethro kind of meet together to have this exchange, I guess. And the night that they meet, or however it works, Moses informs Jethro of all that has happened previously. And I don't know about you, but I would have loved to sit in on that conversation to hear Moses's firsthand perspective, because he's kind of like the main character on the plagues and talking to Pharaoh and, you know, the Red Sea splitting and all that. So I would love to have a movie of that, because that would have been a really cool conversation to sit on. And then the last half talks about, Moses explains to Jethro that he's kind of the person that people go to seek, you know, godly advice. And Jethro tells him in verse 17, he says, what you're doing is not good. He just straight up tells him that. So I was confused, but he further explains that the idea of what he's doing is good, but the fact that he's the only person for this large group of people, that's why it's not a good idea. So he advises Moses to select some other people and find other people that would be able to do the same thing Moses is doing, but kind of even out the amount of work, because that's a insane amount of people for one person to do that for. And it reminded me of, for those of you who went on the mission trip to Guatemala in 2019, first night we got there, they did a little demonstration. They were talking about how we are one people and we worship one God together. So they took, like, I can't remember, I think it was like a spaghetti noodle or something, and they asked the person to, you know, snap it in half, and they could easily do it. And then they took a bunch of, like, a giant handful of spaghetti noodles and asked them to split it in half. And they couldn't, I don't even think they could barely bend it. It was so difficult. And as cliche as it sounds, the illustration was to prove that we are stronger together. I know, cliche. But it makes a good point that God designed us to be in community with one another, and that, you know, I'll say it again, you know, we are stronger together. We are able to do more when we have the community of other people. So that's kind of all I have. I'm sure there's some stuff I missed.